And now, your KY3 Storm Team forecast.
Talking weather with Liz, and this right here, allegedly behind us, is Bolivar somewhere. It's back there.
Somewhere through the fog, there's a golf course back there. This is the camera out by Silo Ridge. We were just showing the cameras out by Republic. Ozarks looked fine, even here in Springfield. The fog's been lifting. But this is just proof that the next hour or so, you still want to be careful if you're driving on the roads. Not everywhere looks like you're driving through the middle of a cloud, but there are still a few spots where the visibility will be down to less than a mile. And one of those spots that all morning long we've been watching has been up by Clinton. We've already seen improvements there at a 5-mile visibility. This has been just over the last half hour here in Springfield. Still a 7-mile visibility. Lets you know that you can hit a pocket of fog here or there. For the most part, again, the fog's lifted. But here's that view by Bolivar where if you look really close, you can still see that we're out by Silo Ridge. You can see the grass, but for the most part, this is kind of fog of less than a mile visibility where you might even have trouble seeing your hand out in front of you, let alone the car in front of you. So the best advice you have for fog, even if it is sticking around throughout the morning, just slow down a little bit. Do not turn on the brights. The brights will actually shoot right back into your face if you turn them on into the fog. So make sure that you're just taking your time if you will be traveling over the next hour or so. Later on this afternoon, we're going to be replacing the fog and the clouds with some sunshine and slowly warming up from those 60s back up into the 70s. In fact, I think it'll be by lunchtime. We'll be sitting right around 70 degrees. And this afternoon, very comfortable. We're watching for mid to upper 70s to be heading our way. About 3:30 when the bus comes back around, only 75 degrees. Along with the fog, of course, the temperatures. It's been a little cool, so hopefully you layered up early this morning. I think it'll be a trend that we see all week long that you want to throw on a jacket in the morning. You won't necessarily need it in the afternoon, especially since we have a warm-up that's heading our way. Overall on the satellite and radar, really not a whole lot to be talking about for us. We have this pocket of dry air moving over the Ozarks, and this is all an area of high pressure. As high pressure continues to sink over us, well, it's going to be pushing out more and more of what's left of that front that interacted with the tropical moisture from Gordon and gave us all the rain. As we continue to zoom this picture out, though, look what's going on in the Atlantic. You can see this spiral. Here's the next major threat that we're watching for the U.S. This is Hurricane Florence, which currently has wind speeds at close to 105 miles per hour. And watch what happens. Did you notice that number goes from a 2 to a 4? That means we are expecting this hurricane to only gain strength as it interacts with the warm waters and heads right toward the Carolina coast. Throughout the day on Thursday, that's really the day that we're watching this hurricane because watch, it could cross over right along the North and South Carolina border with the Atlantic Ocean, still at a Category 4 strength. So that means we could be talking about consistent wind speeds at 130 miles per hour. When you pile on top of that, the potential for flooding, storm surge, and heavy rain, it's just a situation where if you have any friends or family in the area, you want to make sure that they have their kits ready to go and a plan for maybe even evacuating if they're close to the shoreline. We'll be watching for that the next couple of days because here in the Ozarks, we have quite the opposite happening. We have lots of sunshine, a nice light breeze. I think our biggest concern for the morning is still just going to be watching what's left of that fog sticking around. Temperatures normally this time of the year, they normally start off in the morning around 60 degrees and climb up to the mid-80s, and that's what we'll be seeing by Wednesday and Thursday. I think this weekend, well, we won't be feeling quite summer-like, but certainly warmer as we climb up closer to 90 degrees.
Liz, thank you. Missouri's